Despite having a fascinating and prominent personality type, Sigma INFJs are masters at blending in with the backdrop. They often catch others off guard since they would prefer to keep their habits a secret. 8 startling behaviors of a Sigma INFJ are as follows. 8. They would rather work in teams where their opinions are constructively questioned. Who has never been drawn to approval from others? It's the detached, inconspicuous Sigma INFJs. Sigma INFJs are renowned for having a strong drive to advance personally. They understand that interacting with others who have different backgrounds and opposing ideas can stimulate intellectual and emotional development. They can more successfully create settings where their ideas are questioned without instantly disclosing their objectives if they maintain their fondness for such environments a secret. This enables them to promote an atmosphere of constructive discussion and investigation. Sincerity and intellectual integrity are important to these people. They are aware that neither individual nor group growth can occur when they are surrounded by people who apologetically adhere to their viewpoints. Sigma INFJs can better select the people in their social and professional circles by remaining discreet about their penchant for demanding surroundings. This way, they can be around people who actively participate in constructive criticism and pique their intellectual curiosity. 7. They never hesitate to defy conventional wisdom. The lifeblood of a Sigma INFJ is nonconformity. Genuineness and independence are important to Sigma INFJs. They frequently look for meaning and purpose in their acts and have a tendency to be very reflective and introspective people. They can express their distinct viewpoints and preserve their sense of independence by defying mainstream belief. They might, however, choose to hide their behavior in order to prevent needless confrontations or criticism from others. Sigma INFJs tend to be careful about which battles they take on and may not want to get into arguments or conflicts all the time. These folks are renowned for their intuitive ability to read people and circumstances. They could understand that actively opposing prevailing opinions might lead to conflict in social or professional settings. Sigma INFJs may conceal their contrarian inclinations and only reveal them to people they feel comfortable and trust in order to preserve harmony and healthy relationships. Despite their tendency to be secretive and jealously guard their inner thoughts and emotions, some INFJs may be reserved by nature. They may feel vulnerable talking about their deeper convictions and values if they share their practice of defying mainstream belief. They could wait to reveal this side of themselves until they have a deep connection with someone who values their genuineness. Do you, as a Sigma INFJ, also possess a strong sense of nonconformity that influences your decisions in life in a positive way? 6. They embrace their introversion. Even when seated in a room with extroverts, Sigma INFJs find solace in quiet. They don't have to feel bad about the unpleasant mood to remain silent. Sigma INFJs may be aware that introversion is sometimes misinterpreted or underestimated, and that extroverted traits are frequently preferred by society standards. To avoid unwanted attention or criticism, Sigma INFJs can effectively handle these circumstances by hiding their introverted characteristics. It enables people to stay true to who they are while adjusting to different circumstances. People who are allowed into the inner realm of a Sigma INFJ are chosen carefully. They are hesitant to make lasting relationships and can decide to hide their introverted tendencies until they have a strong sense of compatibility and trust. They can preserve connections that reflect their values and preferences and safeguard their vulnerability thanks to this selective approach. When some Sigma INFJs have openly discussed their introverted tendencies in the past, they may have encountered unfavorable responses or misunderstandings. They may become more reticent to disclose this side of themselves as a result, particularly in strange or novel social settings. 5. They pay attention to the minute details in their surroundings. Sigma INFJs can preserve a tactical edge by keeping this talent a secret, which enables them to gather information covertly without calling attention to themselves. These people are usually introspective and pick their friends carefully. They could understand that talking candidly about their capacity for nuance detection can make people uncomfortable or scrutinized. Sigma INFJs may play down this side of their personality to avoid upsetting others, which lets them interact with people more authentically and openly. Relationship depth and sincerity are highly valued by Sigma INFJs. They know that becoming adept at picking up on subtleties might help you comprehend the feelings and intentions of people. But if you use this ability too soon in a relationship, it could come out as overly critical or invasive. They can develop relationships based on sincere emotional resonance, and gradually gain confidence by keeping their gift for perceiving subtleties hidden. Does this imply that, as a Sigma INFJ, you may learn things about people and circumstances simply by watching them? 4. They join group discussions but don't often provide personal information. Sigma INFJs might be well aware of the possibility of miscommunication or misreading when communicating via text. They may be reluctant to actively participate in group discussions where statements can be readily misunderstood or omitted from context due to their desire for accuracy and clarity in their expression of ideas. Deep and meaningful connections are highly valued by Sigma INFJs. Smaller, more intimate groups or one-on-one chats may be more fulfilling for them since they allow them to debate complex topics and develop closer relationships. In larger group conversations, people may feel overwhelmed and less likely to share because the exchanges are usually more cursory. Sigma INFJs could communicate strategically. They might save their emotional and intellectual contributions for more significant and lasting contacts, using group chats mostly as a means of networking, information gathering, and staying in touch. Therefore, Sigma INFJs might participate in group conversations, but seldom provide personal information because this enables them to interact with others in a way that fits with their personalities, and yet gains from group experiences. 3. They favor depending on their own skills and assets. Self-reliance and independence are hallmarks of Sigma INFJs. They may like taking on difficulties on their own since they have a strong feeling of self-confidence in their skills. They think they can solve problems creatively and do things on their own, and admitting this inclination could make other people think less of them. These people cherish their privacy and independence greatly. They frequently need time to themselves in order to refuel, think, and follow their passions. They can preserve boundaries and safeguard their valued alone time by candidly talking about their tendency to rely on their own abilities without feeling compelled to continuously interact with others or accept assistance. Because they've been disappointed or dependent on others in the past, Sigma INFJs could be wary of putting too much trust in other people. It's possible that they experienced instances where they trusted people and were let down. As a result, they learned to value their independence in order to keep themselves safe from future disappointment and vulnerability. A lot of Sigma INFJs have strong work ethic and discipline. They would rather establish their own criteria and put in a lot of effort to achieve their goals. Sharing their propensity for independence could help them stay in charge of their goals and make sure they can follow their principles free from outside influence. Does this imply that, as a Sigma INFJ, you never ask for assistance or support from others? 2. They engage in non-traditional hobbies. Sigma INFJs can explore and indulge in their passions without feeling pressured to fit in by keeping these pursuits a secret. These people are picky about who they confide their deepest desires and innermost thoughts to. They could realize that talking freely about their unusual hobbies could invite criticism or misunderstanding from people who don't have the same interests. Only people with whom Sigma INFJs have a strong sense of trust and connection may learn about their interests in order to preserve their personal space and genuine relationships. Many Sigma INFJs have a strong desire for both intellectual and personal development. They can increase their knowledge by immersing themselves in unusual hobbies. Without interruptions or outside influences, they can concentrate on their own personal growth. Sigma INFJs can pursue and cultivate their hobbies on their terms, being true to themselves and eschewing outside pressure to fit in by keeping these pursuits a secret. 1. When it comes to social relationships, they are very picky. Sigma INFJs might shield themselves from criticism or external pressure that could contradict their desire for a more exclusive social network by maintaining their selectivity a secret. These people frequently have a strong desire for relationships, to be honest. They are looking for relationships that share their ideals, passions, and level of emotion. It could be more difficult to build these genuine connections if they are open about their selectivity because it could result in misunderstandings or misconceptions. They may emphasize building great connections without sacrificing their values since they keep this behavior a secret. People who are Sigma INFJs are renowned for their intuitive ability to read people and circumstances. They might have rapid discernment about the intentions and personality of others. They may hide their selectivity in social situations to preserve peace and prevent needless arguments, making it easier for them to move through interactions without upsetting or offending others. However, why do you hide your social selectiveness as a Sigma INFJ? Sigma INFJs seldom share the nuances of their personality type with others. Those who are grown enough to understand opposing points of view are supposed to go into their inner world and investigate it. Which of these secrets ought you to keep a secret from other people? Why do you believe that?